an empath like me? Are you somebody who takes on the weight of the world and then is left feeling depleted, low energy? You are not alone in this empath energy. I am here showing up today, sharing with you that we can learn how to alchemize our empath energy. Have you ever heard of alchemy? What is alchemy? Alchemy is kind of like this magical way of shifting, transmuting, moving something, changing something to something else. How can we, as these empaths, these open energy feelers, how can we alchemize this energy? How can we use this gift of being an empath as a gift? Well, let's say step one maybe is that knowing that being an empath is a gift. It is not a hindrance. And once we can first align with that awareness that this is a gift that the universe has given us, then we can move on again. The second one is more of a self-realization, an emotional awareness, an emotional coming into. And that is noticing all of these things shifting around us constantly throughout the day. How many different emotions are you going through and experiencing throughout the day? Knowing that emotions and energies are not you. This energy of being an empath is not who you are. It doesn't define you as a person. That you can use this gift from step one, that you can use this, and then when you can become aware that these are just energies, they're emotions, they're constantly shifting. Think of your life. Have you been stuck in one energy, one emotion forever? Most likely not. Sometimes we can get stuck in ruts and really dark, low energies for a while, but eventually, after time and movement, we can shift and lift. So step three, after you can become aware that these are things that are happening, we can kind of open up to this space of non-attachment, that we don't have to identify as these emotions and energies. And something that most of us might already have is a practice, a grounding practice, or a shielding or protecting practice. I know for many years I've had a protection shield practice where I can imagine a bubble growing up over me. I can sit kind of in a comfortable seat. I can imagine this light shielding me and protecting me, and nothing can come in and nothing can go out that I don't want to. The only problem I found with a shield is when a lot of it energies are really high, really heightened, lots of fear, lots of anxiety, worry is coming in, the shield gets dropped and then we're open and then we're taking other people's pains. Right? It happens. So something that has been really amazing and really transformative in helping me alchemize my empath energy is a grounding practice. And that can be as simple as sitting in a seated position, laying in your bed, perhaps standing with your feet on the earth, bare feet, and imagining roots shooting down into the earth, connecting you to the energy of the earth, because this beautiful magnetic pull, this lovely gravity is actually here to help us. And when we get so stuck in our empath energy, we're floating up in the ethers, and we need to bring ourselves back down from that kite, and we need to ground ourselves here in this moment. Another beautiful practice that I really align with is you can imagine the crystals from the core of the earth shining up and connecting to you if that kind of rooting doesn't resonate. You can root however feels best to you. If you have a house plant, you can almost root by touching the soil, by acknowledging the light and the energy of the plant, right? So getting yourself in a space where you feel rooted and connected. When we're connected with our roots, which is in chakras, it's our Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, it immediately gives us this sense of grounding, of safety and trust. When we're not feeling grounded and safe and trusting, right, our bubble is open and we are energetically exposed. And then we're taking on the weight of the world, as we know as empaths. And so once we can get ourselves grounded, then we can connect to the ethers, right? Which most of us as empath are already really connected to the universe, to your God, to source, to the divine, whatever resonates with you in your practice, where you can connect to the earth, what is below and what is above and what is all around, and knowing that we are all interconnected. I know sometimes as an empath, I personally can struggle with social anxiety. I have since I was a little girl, and it's because we're so open, we're so vulnerable, we're so exposed that we're allowing all of the energy from everyone to come in. Yet, with this practice of grounding and rooting our energy straight to the ethers, right? We're aware, we're backtracking to step 2. We are aware. We are aware. We are aware that this is just energy. We're not attaching to it, right? We can come back. Sometimes it can sound like a lot. Take it one thing at a time, right? So then with this connection, then we can begin our alchemizing process. There's so many different ways that you can alchemize this energy. So imagine yourself, maybe it happened today, a situation where you were in a situation where you were communicating with somebody else and it was kind of negative and going downhill, and you could just, you could feel it, you could take it on. Or someone is guilting you, shaming you, blaming you, and then you immediately take it on and you feel that low vibe, that low energy. You're exposed, you're open, you're vulnerable, you are not grounded, we're not connected. So here in this instant, as we're connected, we're rooted, we are connected to the universe, we're immediately protected. We're going to almost like put up that beautiful shield, that light shield, and we're going to alchemize this energy to what we want. So you can think of alchemizing as this magical unfolding, this creative way of you shifting energy. I think of smartphones and how we swipe the screen away, or you go over, or you click on this and don't click on that. So you can think of alchemizing your energy with this person. So this blame is coming at you. Well, now with this shield, you're not as attached to that energy. You can see it. You can see it with love and compassion without having to take it on. And so what that can look like is you bring up the feelings of love, sometimes just the affirmation of I am compassion or I am love. And it just depends on the situation. If the situation calls for where you can have compassion. I know there's been many times for me where compassion feels kind of far away, but love, I can access like that. I can turn love on. That can be as simple as maybe just putting your hand on your heart. When we put our hand on our heart, we're activating in our mammalian system, our system, oxytocin. That's that love hormone, that touch, that feel good hormone. That's why we do this a lot when we're feeling uncomfortable. For me, especially in social settings where there's a lot of people, crossing the arms, it's actually comforting us and making us feel good. So we can say, I am love or I am compassion. Why? I am are the two most powerful words spoken in all languages all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are. I am becomes what we are and what we become. So you put powerful things instead of saying, I am an empath, I have no control. We're not taking on that other person's feelings. We're alchemizing it. We're swiping, we're shifting that guilt, that resentment, that shame, that blame, that jealousy, whatever that energy is. And we're shifting and we're raising our conscious vibration with love and compassion. That can sound like a lot, but hand on the heart, access love. You put your right hand on your heart, that's your direct link to your heart center, to your heart chakra, your anahata chakra, your space of love and healing. That's one way to alchemize empath energy. Another way too is, right, so we're grounded, we're connected, we're protected, we're shielded. Our energy is ours, other people's is theirs. This is a powerful shield though. It's not just that bubble that deflates. It's like that rooted, connected shield. And then now, what if we just swipe it away? What if we just let it go? What if you can look at this person with love and light, and then you speak straight from your heart center instead of your ego exacerbating the situation, maybe with that loving heart, that compassionate heart. This is that unconditional loving heart, not that love that's conditional and wavering. This is that unconditional love, that space from when you were a newborn baby, seen a newborn baby, it's that love that you just have. It just is that love. So what if we just shift, let it go, like the trees? Let go with the trees. We can let go. That's my son. He's coming inside. What if we can just let it go, swipe it away? How do you do that? It's letting go without attachment, that you don't have to be attached to this person's energy. You don't have to take that on. I know a lot of the times as empaths, we think for some reason that maybe if someone has pain or suffering, if there is a huge loss or someone's having a really hard day, that maybe if we take some of it, it will help them. It's only hurting us. So what we need to learn how to do is alchemize, to shift, to become the magical creators of our life that we already are, that we were meant to be, to access these gifts. Another way, right, so we can have that loving, that compassionate heart. Maybe we can shift and let it go, right? That, what if we can just transform that energy? Like a magical magician, whatever this energy is, say you walk into a room and it feels gross, or you've been into a house that's kind of creepy. How can you transform that energy? Can you transform that with that love, right? Again, that compassion. We are all energetic beings. We are all vibrating on a frequency. So if we're vibrating on the frequency of fear and resentment and shame and guilt, then yeah, it's going to be hard. But if we can pull ourselves up to love, to compassion, to acceptance, maybe we can transform. You can transform it however you want. You can turn it into whatever you want. If you feel, for me, I have more of that clear, I can feel in my physical body. So whatever sort of empath that you can resonate with, that you feel the headaches, the stomach aches, the low energy, the draining energy from certain people, that you can choose to transform that. And I've even caught myself in moments where I'm taking on that energy. I can feel it here or in my back. I get it a lot in my shoulders. I'm going to transmute that. I'm going to transform that. I'm going to alchemize that energy. I'm going to swipe it away. I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to add healing light. A beautiful way to transform is to just say, I am healing. I am healing. Another way that we can alchemize our empath energy is you can bring a really powerful vision, an image, the energy of a plant, a tree, nature, mountains, oceans, whatever makes you feel safe and grounded. Bring that into that situation. An example was, I was with my husband on a really long car ride to Wisconsin. All three of my kids were in the back, and we had driven for like 16 hours and still had like 3 more hours to go. Everyone is freaking out. My husband yells, shut up, shut up, shut up. It's a huge trigger word for me. I wanted to freak out, and instead of freaking out, I imagined this beautiful stream of water running from me to my husband to my children and around. And I brought the energy of water, that soothing, calming effect, and I could feel that the energy had shifted. So say you're in a hard situation, or say you're walking into that room and it feels gross. What if you imagined your like spirit tree or spirit animal, and you imagine you brought that energy into that space, and you imagined that powerful energy, transmuting it, shifting it, alchemizing it. It could be a tree, right? It could be an owl. I've had hawks have been my really big spirit totem lately. It could be whatever it is that you choose for it to be. Yeah, there's so many different ways that we can alchemize energy. And once again, coming back to step 1 for a little bit of a recap, was step 1 is acknowledging that being an empath is a gift. It's a beautiful gift. And when you can use it as your superpower, it will change your life, right? Step 2 is, right, acknowledging it, accepting that these things are just energy. These emotions coming are energy. We don't have to stay so stuck and attached to them. We can see them and we can carry them on, bringing us on to more of that step 3 of grounding and rooting your energy, and also connecting with the ethers above. You can also, kind of a little quick add-on, you can call on your guides, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your light workers, whatever resonates to help protect your energy, pulling up that powerful shield that nothing can come in and nothing can go out, right? Step 1, 2, 3, 4 is alchemize. So you can alchemize energy in whatever way resonates with you. If that's bringing that love, that unconditional love and compassion, and sending that energy out to that person instead of absorbing. When you do absorb, you transform. You shift that energy, or what did we talk about? Let it go, swipe it away, shift it, learn from the trees in fall and autumn. Let go without attachment, send it on its way. No, thank you. No more. Alchemizing that energy in whatever way resonates. You can even just bring like that physical hand if you're feeling like, oh gosh, I took this energy from someone else. Let it go. Send it out the window. No, thank you anymore. Or that last tip of alchemizing that empath energy is bringing a really powerful visualization or the energy from nature, from a tree, from a flower, from a plant that just like makes you feel so grounded, so loving and so safe. Bring the energy of that, the visualization of that, just bring it up. You could even just like see it. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe you can think of it. You can feel it, right? Bring that hand to that heart like we talked about. Bring that compassion in. If you're having a hard time with that barrier between this person, if their energy is coming at you, realign. Let that energy go, shift it, bring that beautiful tree, bring that beautiful hawk or sunflower, whatever energy rises you up and uplifts you, and allow whatever energy is coming through that person to transmute through this beautiful piece of nature, and it flows through you so it's a more clear conduit to travel back and forth. I'm so grateful for you. And I really hope that there's little pieces, little nuggets in here that you can use to help alchemize empath energy, and to know that you don't have to take the weight of the world. You don't have to take on your loved one's energy, that you can keep your energy, love them, and be the amazing empath alchemist that you were meant to be. I love you so much. Please, again, thumbs up this video, like it, and share and subscribe to Awaken You Healing Center. I'm so grateful for you.